Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of the Edmonds Racing Weekly News. We're coming to you again from Green Days Cafe here in Bundall. Guys, pretty good start. Episode 1, best bet of the week, the sports bet best bet of the week. Usmanov gets up at Eagle Farm to make it 3 winners there in 3 Saturdays.
Yep. Yeah, good effort by Usmanov. He aided by a good ride by Bailey. Actually, that horse is quite difficult to ride. He's an aggressive going horse. It was unusual where he got up on the bridle and wanted to get on with it too, sort of well into the race. You know, it's normally in the early stages of the race, and getting towards the corner he was ripping and tearing. He just peeled him out into a 3 wide line and used his brain. He didn't let him stride. Then he waited till he balanced up and he let him rip, and he was too good for those lots last Saturday. Just hope he can progress now. He's always promised a lot, and now he's had that Saturday when he may just go on with it, which he's got the ability to, and but it's really up to him now.
Yeah, it was one thing saying best bet of the week, right? But then when Trent said it's a certainty, or it'll win, I think he said it'll win, mate. I was like, oh, here we go. But you got up, mate. Feeling good?
Yeah, no, it was good. And as I think I said last week, got really good faith in the horse. And just knowing his pedigree sort of back to front, we obviously had his mother in the early stages of her career, or for her first couple of race starts. She made her debut as a January 4-year-old. So
yeah, right.
Even though he's 4 now, I honestly think the best is yet to come for him. And he's still learning. So he just needs good hot tempo and things to go right, soft barriers, as I explained last week, and he can be quite dynamic. So be interesting to see where he gets to over sort of the latter part of this prep, next 6 months or so, because I think he's got a lot of scope to improve a fair bit further.
We've actually got the whole family. We've got Rook as his half brother. We've got a full sister, the Schwarzenegger mining tycoon. She's a 2-year-old just starting to come through the system. She's probably going to take another 12 months anyway, so the pedigree.
Is it a big deal for you, Tobe? Do you like to try and buy out of families, particularly if they could gallop a bit? Well,
some guys do. I noticed Grant Morgan spoke about that filly we bought the other day. He doesn't like buying relations to Baroda. He wasn't keen to go down that track, but I don't mind it. He's, the family. Like Gerald Ryan, he's made a career out of Snittles, hasn't he? So I think if we know the mare and we know she's had good ability, at some stage she's going to throw a real good one. Because her pedigree was great. She's out of Bentley Biscuits family, I think, and comes off said, who we know well. We've supported that family now all the way through. So yeah, I do like buying out of families I know.
Yeah, no, brilliant. Well bred Sedgenho, well done to all the team. Actually, interesting enough, the owners or part owners in Usmanov actually own Green Days Cafe too. So Ian and Yearling, well done guys, and thank you for having us here. Yeah. And some great owners in that horse.
Yeah. Good bunch of guys.
Yeah, so that's terrific.
Including Aquas, we must give them a plug.
Yeah, well, they run the Aquas colours, and he'll be going around next on Aquas Dual Day.
That's right.
So
he runs in a couple of weeks' time.
Yep. Beautiful. All right, well, I hope a few of you got on there with Usmanov. Well done, guys. Well tipped. The rain's sort of gone away. The sun's come out. Track work as normal at home?
Yeah, been a good week. Tracks have dried out. We got back on the grass on Tuesday morning, which was great, and a couple of ripping up nicely. We've got a fairly light week this week, to be truthful for us, but things are going to hot up in the next 2 to 3 weeks with a lot of triallers coming through on Monday as well.
Yeah, lots of triallers. 28 on Monday. I think it was looking like 4 winners for the week. Trent, how's this record? How's your the record looking here?
Well,
what's the record first? You've got to explain it.
Well, it's 1-1-1. It was last season.
I think it was 110 maybe last season.
1-1-1, 111.
Yeah. So first of all, we want to surpass that this year, but I set a goal of trying to raise the bat by the end of March. So if we could get to 100 by the end of March, that would be great.
It's a lofty ambition. We're at 69 winners at the moment, so 31 winners in
just a little over a month kind of thing. So
a winner a day.
Pretty much. It's going to be a hard task, but if we fall short, so be it. I think it's very important to try and set goals like that, not only for a full season, but sort of KPIs month to month, week to week, stuff like that, every quarter.
I'm not quite sure we can get to the end of March, but mid-April will certainly be at 100, I think.
No, terrific. No, it's on track anyway. Looking at the stats, I think one of the reasons I sort of made contact with you guys and wanted to join the team was looking at your stats. You know, the last 5 seasons consecutively, you've actually trained more winners than the previous season.
Yeah.
Every single season, and on top of that, you've maintained your strike rate. You've been running at 20% strike rate the whole way through. You know what I mean? And that's the same this season. So
the stable's grown
awesome.
from the early days when Trent first come back to work for us. We had 25 in work or something. 18 of those were Segenos at that time.
Wow.
So we were dead in the water without those guys kicking us off. So big thanks to those, and they've continued their support all the way through. And from that follows on a really great bunch of clients who have been really supportive, and we're up to 90 horses in work now. So it's grown over the last 4 or 5 years, off the back of Hootson, I suppose, as well. So we pride ourselves on our strike rate. We don't like running from bad barriers. I think they're wasted runs, to be truthful. Like we ran one yesterday, a nice filly yesterday from a bad barrier, Vivid Fortress, and she was slow away and went around the world and finished. Didn't get far, but
didn't get the right result.
I just think that there's always another day. So happy. That's how we maintain our strike rate, by doing that sort of stuff.
yeah, and also keeping horses fresh, don't you? And you get a lot of runners per prep out of horses, I've noticed.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's all really exciting. There's so much to look forward to the future, that's for sure. Myself this week, I checked out the breakers yesterday with some owners. I took I think 5 or 6 owners out there to Fenwick Farm, to Greg Bennett and his team. He's got Bo and Ben helping him break out there, and Chloe and Amanda do a great job with the comms. And you go there having come out of the Yearling sales, and you hope they've gone the right way, and also you hear a lot of good things about Greg Bennett, but I hadn't seen it firsthand. And gee, I came out of there just thinking, you know what, our horses are just getting the absolute best start to their racing career, because they're going to they're going to be relaxed around people. They've got I just can see that with just the relaxed atmosphere out there, they've the horses are confident in their human interaction, which I think is a big deal. By the time they get to you guys and you want to try something new with them, or they're in a new setting, if they can have confidence in that, it sets them up so well. Like one bad experience can really ruin a horse, can't it, guys?
Yeah. So you're right, and just they're even from their sales prep, from day one, all the farms do a great job. They're basically nearly broken in when they get there. These guys, then they carry on and over to us, and it's very important for our track riders to continue on that as well. And it's important for us both to know every horse's idiosyncrasies, whether they're pullers or they're difficult or they're hot, and what rider to put on them, because one rider can bugger a horse pretty quickly, if you don't handle it right.
It's a very important relationship.
Yeah.
No, I really came out of there I felt like I got home in about half the time I got there, because I just felt so good about where we're at there. So
well done.
Touch wood. So those yearlings will be in the stable first week of March, ahead of our 7th of March yearling parade. So we sent those invites out to everyone. If you are keen on having a look at what we purchased at Magic Millions, a great bunch. We're going to have an open day on the 7th, so it's a Saturday. It's a Gold Coast race day. We're going to have a 11 o'clock yearling parade, followed by a day out at the races. It's going to be in the Emporium Lounge, which is brand new, newly built there at the Gold Coast Turf Club. We're going to have first crack at that, which will be a lot of fun. Drinks, beverages, food. Should be a great day. So if you'd like to be involved, we'll send a reminder email out for RSVPs on Monday. But all our RSVPs in by Wednesday, guys, and we're going to have sort of 50 people max in there. So if you'd like to be there, please let us know as soon as possible. Thanks very much. All right, guys, just a quick week wrap. The 4 winners, we talked about Uzmanov. We also had on the Sunday Vertical, go to the sunny coast, Matty McGilvray.
Good win, and his work rider Ben Hulls had been tipping that horse like all week. He said, geez, this horse has improved, and it's good to see him improve, because he come to us when he trained, he was a hot little horse. He was light, and he was immature, and he's been through the Archer Park system with us now for a couple of preps, and you can see him improve now. He's got a bit hot on Sunday as well, but it was a very hot day, so we'll give him a pass on that. But just see the way he won. He travelled up beautifully, good barrier, good ride, and he was far too strong.
And he wanted to be there and put them away, didn't he?
Yeah, that's right. Softer track helped as well. Price here actually is I was doing some stats, and it's good wet track size. So although he was up in grade, that sort of gave me a bit of confidence as well.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, done a good job, Price here there at Chill Stud in New Zealand. In Waves, Ballina Monday again. Andrew Melian, someone that's ridden a couple winners for us this week too.
Certainly has. He was good again. Andrew's probably of the opinion, he didn't win by far, but Andrew's of the opinion that he would be better just in a stalking role and waiting, because once he got to the front he switched off. But that's 2 on the bounce now, and he's much improved actually, which is really good, because last prep he was fairly ordinary, and to come back he's just starting to put it all together now, and he's matured well, and race results are starting to come. So he might even stretch over further, don't know just yet, but he's in good form.
Yeah, beautiful. And Andrew, I jumped aboard J-Curve yesterday at Grafton. Race programmer Alex Warren, fair play Alex, found the big Bob's bonus for a maiden. This filly ran at Grafton in a maiden, took home $60,000 to the winner.
I can't believe it wasn't advertised. Like I get, they're great, these bonuses, but why wouldn't they give that a push? Somehow, because Alex found it only maybe by default, but it's great effort to find it. Mark Sauby, who owns a horse, is an avid programmer as well, and he didn't see it, and I just don't understand why they wouldn't give something like that a push. Maybe the Clarence River Jockey Club or Race New South Wales or someone. I thought, maybe they might see this and they'll jump on the back of it. But anyway, I'm glad they didn't,
because
we
found
for as long
as possible. Could have mentioned it.
I'm all about the industry.
For the greater good.
Yeah.
For the greater good, I love it. No, well done, man. Andrew Melian, just quickly, I thought he gave it a peach. He's riding terrific, isn't he? I notice you guys are putting him on a little bit more.
Super ride, yeah. He was very confident, like probably approaching the half mile. He was on the back of the favourite and she was travelling. Thought she was actually going to win by a lot further than she did, but she still won and done well. So fairly inexperienced filly with a bit of scope to do a bit more. Good effort.
So we actually found also that riding her a tad quieter. We banged her up on the speed, Ryan did, banged her up on the speed last time, and it sort of gassed her a little bit, and 3 weeks between runs this time. Softer track, she hasn't got the best joints either, so she's a filly of the future. Even though it's only a Grafton maiden win, when she was trained in Sydney by Ed O'Rourke, Blake Shin's been wrapping this filly for a long time, and we haven't quite seen that yet, but I'm sure with a bit more time she's going to go out for a little break now, and she's got to have a little minor procedure done. You can follow her, for as long as you want. I think even as a 4 and a 5-year-old, she's got the pedigree to train on, and even her pedigree suggests, there's a lot of milers in there. She could get out over further, so who knows?
Yeah, she's had the old grandmother's by Noble Bijou, and I think the mothers are half the Marble Halls. Those good old campaigners. There you go. There you go. Just having a look at that yesterday. Okay, those are the winners. What about the beaten brigade this week? Do you want to pick out one that punters should not leave alone, should follow into the next run?
I'll go Vivid Fortress from yesterday. Begun tardily, ended up in a good spot at the top of the straight. I still thought she was going to win. The jockey inside actually knocked Matty's whip out of his hand, so basically went to the line untested, unfortunately. But that is what it is.
Good insight.
I like Heritage Ash. He was naughty at the races last Saturday, sweated profusely and never stopped. He's just real mad fresh. That run should top him right off, and he's a pretty good horse when he kicks into gear. He may even take one more run, but you can stick with him through his prep.
All right, very good. Thanks, guys. We'll preview this weekend's runners. Not many of them. We're going to go to Eagle Farm first. Good 4 at the moment. 3 winners there the last 3 Saturdays, guys, and we're going to. The fourth win in a row all rests on the shoulders of Pepe Le Feu, race 7, 1,400 metres. He's drawn 14. Brad Stewart, he's a second pick in the market. Interesting enough, all his 3 wins have all come on good tracks, but he's never actually won at Eagle Farm. But his distance stats are outstanding. 4 starts, 3 wins and a placing. He's been racing well this prep, and there doesn't look like a ton of pace. Maybe only sort of Chapelco sort of rolls forward. He's drawn 14. Where does he get to in running? How do you see it playing out?
Well, actually, the filly inside him that's first up, Boom Boom Epic, we know quite well. She only knows one way, go forward. So I think if Brad can sort of make his way across with that and then just ride his own race from there, that'd be great. Form out of his last run when he ran second is actually quite good. The horse that beat him, Lucky Prospector, came out last Saturday and ran a close-up 4th, beaten just a little over length in an open handicap. And then the horse that he split and the horse ran third, Fanks, ran second in the last race at Eagle Farm last week too, not beaten very far. So hopefully he can go a little bit better than those and get the cash. You know, I'd say if he drew a barrier, that'd be great, but it is what it is. Got the right man on top. Brad can find a good run from wide barriers more often than not. So, you know, he's going to need a good ride early, but he goes there in good form. Hopefully we can knock a Saturday race off with him.
$5.50 fair in the market.
Sounds about right. I can't add much to that. He's, you know, he's a horse that wasn't good second the other day. He won for us first up and was a disappointing second up in a hot race, but certainly ran well over here a few weeks ago and trained on nicely. So, you know, he gets his chance tomorrow, even though he's drawn poorly.
Yeah, so first 600 metres will be the making or winning or losing.
Yep.
Good luck to the Archer Park team there with Pepe Le Feu, should run very well. Race 9, we've got Great Keppel, but he'll come out and run Wednesday.
Yeah, he goes to Toowoomba Wednesday.
Yep, Toowoomba Wednesday, perfect. All right, moving to the Gold Coast, home track, Soft 5. We go to race 6. The cutest 3-year-old over 1,200 metres. It's a maiden. Race caller's nightmare here. You've got the two fillies in the same colours, both on debut, number 6 and number 7. One's called Pakula and one's called Paliki. Pakula drawn a bit better on 5. Paliki drawn 11, but I thought Paliki may be slightly better in a trial. What are your thoughts there?
Yeah, she's a bit sharper than Pakola. Pakola's sort of, call her Pakola, not Pakula.
She'll probably get 14 to a mile, Pakola. Paliki's a little bit sharper, even though she's drawn a touch ordinarily. So she would be the pick of the two. We're looking for a good run from Pakola for further.
And for the future, yeah.
And just stretch her out in distance a bit.
Yep.
All right, so on even runs, Paliki beats Pakola tomorrow.
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
All righty, and what about in terms of the actual race? Can Paliki win? Can she run a hole?
Still relatively inexperienced.
So the filly that ran yesterday, Vivid Fortress, and her, there's not much between them. Well, there hasn't been much between them. They've come through together, and at their last trials, we put blinkers on them both and made them trial up a little bit. This filly's half relation to a good filly we had,
Linlithgow. So she won her first 4 of her first 5 starts for us, and then unfortunately bowed a tendon. And she's just taken a little while, as her sister did. So if we kick her off tomorrow, I think there's a bit of improvement there, but I don't see her just walking across the road to make her debut. Should be perfect, and whatever she does tomorrow, there's definite improvement upon.
Yep,
Beautiful.
Agree.
All right, good stuff. That's good insight. Thanks, guys. Race 7 at the Gold Coast. Class 1, 1,100 metres. Archer Park have Wookie going around. Anthony Allen takes the ride. Drawn 3. Fresh up off a break. Showed good gate speed and trial. Distance, 1 start, 1 win. Drawn well. How are we travelling there with Wookie?
Well, he's just starting to stoke up, actually. His coat is just starting to come right. Probably wasn't overly happy with him until probably the last 10 days, fortnight. His last couple of gallops have been fairly strong, so I don't think we should take away from that pattern. He's drawn soft. We should make good use of him and make him get up into the bridle and race a bit, because he's been... I'm pretty sure this horse won a Class 1 at his first ever race start, obviously as a maiden. So at the time, obviously Liam had good intentions for him and thought he was quite smart. Whatever he does tomorrow, he'll improve on. He's put a little bit of weight on, but as I said, I don't think we should be erring in those instructions. We should really bounce him out and make him begin and let him run a bit, and hopefully he has a good gallop. If he wins, that's great, but he might just be found wanting the last 50 or 60 metres.
Fitness-wise?
Agree with all that. Sounds pretty right.
This is good today.
Oh, this is unbelievable.
Yes.
All right, moving on to the Sunshine Coast. Sunday, Soft 5. We've got 1 runner and the lucky last. Race 7, 1,200 metres, Class 1 plate. It is Medelka. She's going to be ridden by Maddie McGillivray. Drawn 8. Trials were fair, but then she came out in Wollumbar and put them away by 2 lengths. She's drawn okay. Doesn't look like a lot of pace in the race. Does she jump and go to the front?
Trials were educational.
Yeah,
we were nice and steady on it.
So first trial, she jumped left and just jumped and ended up a long way back. But you see, she made terrific ground. Second trial was good as well. Jeff trialled her both times and educated her nicely. Robbie Frag got on her the other day from an awkward barrier. I think she drew out an 8 or something, and he didn't want to sit out there, so he just went bang straight to the front and controlled it and won as she liked. Good filly, this. We've got the we've got the owner in the audience here today. He's
We're live audience, our second show. We're getting live
I'm gonna
audience.
give Kenny
Must be
Gray.
going good.
Kenny Gray bought this horse drunk at the sale, by the way. For 26 grand, he come running in, wanting his lunch ticket, and come in the ring and he bought it. So
That's the truth of the matter too.
That's true.
He wouldn't have been drunk, surely.
No,
He doesn't drink, does he?
Well, he was halfway there anyway.
Doesn't drink.
But that's 100% true. He put his hand up and it was knocked down to him, and
He was trying to get the bartender.
yeah. He was after his lunch ticket and he bought the horse.
thankfully
So it's a fluke, but anyway, she's a good filly.
she goes well. So I was surprised when she led as she did the other day at Wollumbar, but she was just too classy. Come right back underneath Robbie and then raced away. Subsequently, the second horse came out at Ballina early in the week and smashed them. Won its maiden by 5. A Miracle, I think it was called.
Okay.
So obviously form out of her maiden win is quite good. Got to take a step up. She's racing against all comers in the Class 1, but she's weighted accordingly, being a 3-year-old filly. So, she's a filly with good potential, but she needs to. It's always hard for young horses to go to that sort of Class 1 against the older, sort of more battle-hardened kind of commodity. So, she'll race well.
Alrighty.
It won't matter. She's a filly with good ability. She'll beat them.
Yeah, but sounds like we've got another declaration coming up here. Another.
That might be our best. I don't know that declaration.
Alrighty. Well, that brings us to the sports bet of the week, guys.
He can go.
What is our bet of the week this week?
Model car, as Terry Spargo calls her.
Model car.
It's actually Medelka.
I'll go Medelka. Yeah.
Medelka.
Yeah.
So you're gonna make punters wait till literally the last race on Sunday.
Yeah.
The
10
get out
past,
So there's
10 past
there's
5.
gonna be the get out stakes.
Everyone's doing the shallot, then they can get out on her.
Very good. Well, good luck, guys. There. If you haven't signed up with Sportsbet already, please give Clint a call. There's numbers below there. They've always got the best prices, great service, and I think for Edmonds Racing, if you're an Edmonds Racing owner and you bet on an Edmonds Racing horse and it wins, you get an extra 25% or 50% or something. So
Yeah, it's a good
nice little incentive, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Very good. All right. So Medelka, race 7, Sunshine Coast Sunday. That is the best bet of the week. Finally, guys, final thoughts for what's been a very good week. Maybe some track work stars. Anything else you want to discuss?
Fisty still my track work star at the moment. He's going good, and
The grey
also
horse.
Grey Missiles. He's humming along nicely. He runs Saturday week and Fisticuffs trials Monday before we kick him off somewhere. Heads towards Winter Carnivals. Hopefully he can return in good fashion, good order.
Okay, Fisticuffs, Grey Missile. Trent, anything else to add there?
That'll do me.
One more,
Well,
surely.
we said Grey Missile last week. Great Keppel. He's building. I think we'll probably see the best of him a little bit later in the prep when he gets to further, but his track work Tuesday morning was outstanding. So that'll do me.
Beautiful. Great
Follow him
Keppel
for
as
the
well.
prep.
He's in Wednesday, so keep an eye out there. Finally, just a big shout out to the owners of our Capitalist filly out of Global Dream, her half-brother Global Quest, the Breeders' Plate winner from this season, runs second favourite in the Silver Slipper on Saturday. So at 270, I was saying before, she might be worth more than we
this week.
paid for her, and she hasn't even set foot on a racetrack yet.
Yeah.
So
And that's the beauty of buying them, those type of horses that out of good families. Their families progress, and for people that don't quite know, that's Bruce has done a great job finding her and knowing that the half's already done the job basically, and everything it does now just enhances this one's pedigree. So easy done.
yeah, we still got 20% of her as well. She's by Capitalist, first 3 dams, mother, grandmother and great-grandmother, all stakes horses, all
Yep.
stakes winners. And then she's produced Global Quest at one of her first foals. So I like her a lot. Thanks very much for joining us. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Well
much.
done,
Good
Bruce.
luck on the
Next week.
weekend. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks.